Hi Race Farm, welcome to another video in Race by Design. On today's video, we'll be doing a workshop vlog. If you see me on the vlog, you know it's time to build something. And in today's build, or in the build that you're about to see, I promise you guys, I've learned so much about myself as an artist, as a builder, as a content creator on this project. Anyway, I'll tell you more about it along the video. So what you see me building right now is some sort of a model for my next project. Now, the reason I decided to start the project with a model is a few reasons actually. One is I'm new in the whole woodworking thing. When you start a project without the flow of how everything is going to run out, I find myself coming across problems with the cutting, with the joinery, with the yeah, that's basically most of the problems will come across. And I find myself wasting so much materials with these mistakes, and probably along the way I find that I can't really bring out the design that was in my head into life, like you can't bring your ideas to life. And that was my biggest peeve when it came to these projects. So I started to take it slow, take it a step at a time. Before you start a building project, you need to get two things down. The first one is the design, the second is the cut list. Now the design, I build my designs using SketchUp. Since it's a free version, I'm limited in what I can do, and the option for exploded view, I think, is also on the paid plan. So I had to figure out a way to see my design as pieces, So once I got the design out of the way, the next part was to see if I could actually bring the design to life. Again, I'm new at this. I've not done any buildings before. I've not created anything before. So I needed to make sure that I was able to bring the design that I built on SketchUp to life. And to do that, I decided to start with a small version of what I was going to build. This was supposed to be my model, and this was where I was going to create my cut list from. So I'll put up an image of the desk that I'm building at the top, or on the left side, on the right side, on the top somewhere, so you can see what I'm trying to recreate with the model. Cutting the top part of the desk was not hard at all. I did not have any measurements in mind per se. I just started with 2 pieces of scrap wood, and everything else I built, I got the measurements from there. Because once I find that I'm able to bring the design to life, then I will go ahead and do the big build, which is where I need actual sizes. I have the sizes when I'm creating the design of what I want. I specify the size of what I'm building, so I have the size of the desk, of the actual desk, set out. You can clearly see on the model that after I finish laying out the supports for the topper layer, the cutting was not a bit was a bit so that's something I need to look into for the big build. And basically everything I did, I learned something, and the places that were a bit hard for me, I figured out a way to get them going. So that helps, because when I'm now making the actual build, I have the problems out of the way. Anyway, I know it's a long process, and I know pro builders will be like, oh, that's just an extra step on an already tedious job. But I felt like this works for me. Once I figured that the supports were a bit bigger than the top part of the desk, I had to go back to the table saw and trim them to the right size before connecting the whole thing with some pins, some staples. Now, building this part, easy peasy. The legs. The legs, my people almost had me boiling. I'm making some tapered legs for the desk and I've never done it before. And I swear it's like everything needs jigs, so many jigs, and some of them you have to take hours to build. And y'all know I'm lazy. So I went on YouTube and looked for the easiest way to make tapered legs. And I got it and it was not complicated. But getting that angle going, that was another story. However, I was able to figure out a way to do the tapered legs and to do their joints, the long joints for the tapered legs. That's one of the things that has me appreciating doing this model before the actual build, because that would have been a pain trying to do that. Anyway, the next part after this model, you'll see me trying to now take the sizes of what I've designed to the room and see if it works for the room that it's going into, or if I have to reduce the size, and then I will come up with the cut list. So yeah.